Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any query? Any question?
Didi, you can ask some question if you have.
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
But thanks.
She's our friend, coming time to time here in temple.
Okay. Most welcome to our Radha Krishna family, Krishna Chaitanya Dev family. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanayanu Kula, Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanayanu Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Premala Devikara Mula, Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Premalate Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanayanu Kula, Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanayanu Kula, Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanayanu Kula. So, this specific song composed composed by Thakur Srila Bhakti Vinod, starting with the first line, starting with Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Yonukula Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Prem Lati Karamura. Has been a song specifically sung on the day of Ekadashi. I repeat, one of the most beautiful, wonderful songs composed by Thakur Srila Bhakti Vinod. Okay, is starting with Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula is actually a song which is marked to be especially sung on the day of Ekadashi because of his meaningful character. Very nice. This is what I wanted to see. Maharaj also being girl every time, very happy. Gauri. Because Thakur Srila Bhakti Vinod also sang the glory of the Ekadashi Tithi in this song. How he is glorified, how he is starting this beautiful song in a meaningful way, saying, Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Yonukula. If you want to do the true bhajanam, if you truly want to engage in genuine bhajanam, true bhajanam, then you have to understand, you have to know in the first place that the holy feet dust of the Shuddha Bhakata, of the pure devotees of the Lord, actually very favorable to promote your bhajana life. He said, it is smearing us, blessing us with the holy feet dust of the pure devotees, very beloved and loving devotees of the Supreme Lord of the Divine Company. It is very favorable to be enhancing, improving, developing your bhajana life. Because although feet dust, although the mere dust from the lotus feet of a pure devotee looks like a simple, like plain dust, but actually feet dust of a pure devotee has got subtle power, some subtle spiritual power in it, some invisible, mystically invisible, subtle spiritual power within that. Not just ordinary feet dust as it looks, not just some sort of dust from a feet. It may appear. But feet dust, actually the feet dust from the lotus-like feet, holy feet, the pure devotee, has got the power of blessings gets smeared with that, receives the subtle power of the blessings from it. And the germs, or the bacteria, or others, very small creatures who are living in the pig dust of the pure devotee, also considered to be having great fortune. Great fortune, receiving some special shukriti, living, sheltering, they are sheltering in the pig dust of a pure devotee or devoted lover, ecstatic lover of the God. Although it's poetically said, but factually, pig dust of a pure devotee has got some subtle, fine potency in that. See, sometimes or often we find some subtle, invisible things in our surroundings, in our life, or certain apparently simple looking things, simple looking things, stops in our life have got special value. Like for example, medicines. Powder of the medicine, although it's looking like, powder of medicines looking like just powder. Like dust of some medicine, just some dust of some matter, dust of certain things, herbs or some chemicals or powder. But the simple way it looks like, just a powder, just a dust of something. Oil that is used as a medicine is not that simple like that. That medicine works more actively, more wonderfully compared to many living beings crawling on the ground and all. Apparently material dust of medicines, which is looking not active. It's some ordinary powder, something like that, but while applied to our body, there's some medicine, remedy, they work so wonderfully, so differently, so much powerful. It has got so much power, potency inside, health-giving potency inside, although looking like a simple powder. See, so sometimes, the cultivation of the higher spiritual life is often full of wonderful mystery, very nice mysteries. We have experienced in our lives, I have experienced in my life, when Guru Maharaj used to be touching on my head, bless him. It just scares me a little bit. It was no ordinary touch. Although, see, you're touching someone like this, friendly way, it's just touching, nothing more than that. But when Srila Guru Maharaj is touching on head and caressing with affection, that touch gets multiplied with potency, joy-giving potency, joy-giving, special happiness-giving potency within that touch, subtle way. Although inexperienced, non-experienced person will think, oh, it's just touching. Okay, nothing big deal. But it's relational. It can be understood. So in such a special way, through specific relation, through relational feelings, relational realization. It brings so much happiness. Gurudev is feeling happy by blessing and with caressing touch, touching his disciple with expressing affectionate care, expressing special affectionate care. So Gurudev becoming happy and the disciple also becoming more happy. So much happy also. Difficult to say sometimes who is becoming more happy. Both are very happy through their reciprocations. We're apparently looking like something simple, plain, touching. That can be carrier of so much joy, so much good feelings, special feelings of blessedness, holy blessedness, divine feelings of divine blessings. Feeling imbued with some divine blessings. These are the subject matters of fine realizations. Subtle, fine, spiritual realizations. Therefore, our Srila Guru Maharaj, also other Guru Varga, they laid a special stress on our subjective realization, higher spiritual realization, that of subjective or super subjective character, fine, divine kind of realization, that of subjective or super subjective character. Spiritual life means so much spiritual. Spiritual, when we say cultivation of spiritual life, it means the cultivation of spiritual life, the higher spirits. Many things must be understood, realized through higher spirits, higher spiritual ways. They're very fine, subtle, but very potent, very powerful. So being smeared, getting smeared with the holy feet dust of a pure devotee, loving pure devotee, kind, caring, pure devotee of the Lord, is also very beneficial. Very, very beneficial for the cultivation of higher spiritual life, higher life, divine. It works as great medicine. It certainly works as something bringing higher goods in our life, bringing sukriti, higher goods, higher goodness in our life. Receiving some kripa in that form, in the form of feet dust, the pure devotees, in the form of taking prasadam, the form of taking feet dust, in the form of doing any services to the pure devotees. What happens, why it becomes so beneficial? See, the holy feet dust from a pure devotee you are taking and getting smeared with. A pure devotee is not so much directly concerned with that activity. Rather, if he knows about that, he will feel very shy and he will be trying to prohibit, don't do that, it's not okay, prohibiting. But what happens, the Supreme Lord becomes very pleased. The Supreme Lord, whose devoted lover is that person, the devotee, he becomes very pleased with that act. Someone is receiving the feet dust, taking the feet dust, nearing himself or herself with that in relation to the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord actually loves to see that, very much likes that act. And actually, blessings come from him, blessings come from her, blessings come from Supreme He, Supreme Sea. In the life of that person who is taking the blessings of the feet dust of a pure devotee. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he started this song glorifying about the feet dust, receiving the feet dust of a pure devotee. Shuddha Bhagata Charanarenu Bhajana Anukula. It's so favorable to engage, to practice, yes, to practice the life of bhajana. Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalate Karamula. The next line is explaining why. Any ways of engaging, performing the service to a pure devotee ultimately brings to you great siddhi, great devotional fulfillment, spiritual fulfillment, higher devotional fulfillment. Offering service, performing services to the pure devotees of Lord, considered as a root, very root of the kripa of pure loving devotion to the Lord. Bhakata Seva, offering devotional or loving service to the beloved devotees and associates of the Lord. Paramasiddhi is the giver of great siddhi. It helps us, at least it helps us to take a journey towards achieving the goal of our fulfillment, achieving the goal of pure siddhi, of divine fulfillment. And ultimately, such offering, engaging in the loving service to a pure devotee, prepares you, qualifies you, gradually qualifies you, gradually blesses you with the qualification of receiving the ultimate siddhi of life, divine fulfillment of life, fulfillment in relation, fulfillment which is caused by the attainment of our highest nectarian life divine, life of loving devotional service to the divine couple. Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalati Karamula. And next line is Madhavati Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kori. Krishna Bhakata Seva Paramasiddhi Premalate Karu Mulu. Before that. The connection of the Bhakta Seva, connection to the devotional services, to the pure devotee, considered to be the very root and developer of the kripa of pure devotion. Pure devotional kripa. Pure devotion has been considered to be like a beautiful creeper. See, the way we find sometimes some creeper, great creepers, producing tasty fruits, like we find in a vine, grapes, find many creepers which produce great fruits, tasty fruits. And they are so flexible, so dynamically flexible. They can go further on the ground, they can also climb up. By surrounding anything, they go up. So flexible, so adjusting. It means so adjusting with the situations. And they climb up, surrounding anything, and producing so many tasty fruits. The looking so tender because of the nature, one of the natures of pure love, pure loving devotion for Krishna. Also so soft and tender by nature. But that doesn't mean it is weak. It is because of its softness and tenderness, it is something weak. No, but very powerful. Very powerful at the same time as a soft and tender character. Because it is representing love, representing loving devotion. Naturally, it is decorated with so much, qualified with so much blessings, softness, tender, loving nature. Therefore, pure devotion, acts of pure devotion or loving devotion, has often been poetically compared with a creeper. Beautiful creepers. So therefore, it has been so described. The root cause and also the developer. The factor which helps the creeper to grow and develop further is Bhakta Seva, loving service to the pure devotees of the Lord. And by the effect of the loving service of the pure devotees of Lord, we enter into the real world, real tender loving services to the Supreme Lord at some point. Supreme Lord, Supreme Goddess Srimati Radhika, and Supreme Lord Krishna. Premalati Karu Madhavati Bhakti Janan Jatane Palana Kori. This Ekadashi, Harivasha Tithi, is also called by another name, Madhava Tithi. It's named after Lord Madhava. Because this Tithi is so dear to the heart of Lord Madhava. When observes his holy Ekadashi Vrata, when one devotionally engages in observing, practicing this holy Ekadashi Vrata, for the pleasure of Madhava, knowing this Tithi is so dear to the heart of Lord Madhava, then one receives special blessings from Lord Madhava from doing so. And this Ekadashi Tithi is so glorified, is called as named after Lord Madhava Tithi. There are so many other tithis connecting to Lord Madhava, but these Ekadashi Tithis, every month we find twice. It appears twice every month. Ekadashi Tithis are particularly connected, got connected, described as Madhava Tithi. Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kori. So as the loving service, offering loving service to pure devotees, considered to be a root of the Prema Lata, Kripa of loving devotion. Similarly, practicing respectfully and lovingly, devotionally practicing and following this Madhava Ekadashi Tithi also gives birth to the feelings of devotion. Bhakti Janani, also considered a mother of the pure devotion. Therefore, we must be practicing this, observing it carefully, with great care. Jatane means with great care and respect and love. There are different sources. There are different sources and origins from which our devotional feelings, our natural love feelings for the Lord take birth. That is born, and observing, practicing the Madhava Tithi is one of them. One of them. When we respectfully and lovingly observe, follow this Madhava Tithi, our Bhakti Devi, loving devotion towards Krishna, slowly appears, slowly takes birth, appears in our heart. It happens subtle way, by the result, just by the auspicious results of somehow observing the Ekadashi Vrata. Okay, by the accumulation of great Sukriti, through the observance, following the Ekadashi Vrata, Bhakti, our divine love, taste of love for Krishna Radhika, taste of loving devotion towards the Supreme Lord appears in our heart. Cannot but. That's one of its principal results of doing Ekadashi. Jatane Palana Kori. But we have to observe it with care, proper care and respect. Krishna Bhashati Boli Paramayadari Bori. Ekadashi Tithi, also called by another name, Haribhashara Tithi. Hari means Lord Hari, Bhashara means where he dwells. Where he dwells in. Lord Hari lives in. Bhashara. In this Haribhashara Tithi, Lord Hari Hari dwells in. Therefore, we always embrace such holy Ekadashi Tithi in our life in full devotion, so much care and devotion, knowing that Lord Hari is present. Lord Hari actually specially lives on this Tithi. He is specifically present. He manifests his subtle presence, fine presence on the day of Ekadashi Tithi. So anyone who properly connects and entunes, devotionally entunes himself or herself with the observance of this Tithi, Ekadashi Tithi, with the mood to be pleasing Lord Hari, the presiding God of the Ekadashi Tithi, then Lord Hari becomes so pleased that devotee receives much blessings and sukriti. Visibly or mystically invisible ways, subtle ways. Even if we do not understand the connection of receiving such blessings then and there, yet it happens. It happens mystically, subtle ways. Gaurayama Jesabosthami Karala Pramano Range Gaurayama Jesabosthano Karala Pramano Range Sheshavosthane Herivoyami Pranai Bhakata Shangi Gaurayama Jeshavosthano Karala Brahmano Range Sheshavosthanam Herivoyami Pranai Bhavakata Shange. On this Ekadashi day, we should be engaged in doing parikrama around those special pilgrimage places. Where Lord Gauranga, which Lord Gauranga? Circumambulated. Whichever holy pilgrimage places, those pilgrimage places are Lord Gauranga, specially visited. You see, often in Navadvip Dham, Vrindavana Dham, we find many people, many devotees go out on the day of Ekadashi. They go out and give special parikrama. They do perform special parikrama. Vrindavan Panchakoshi parikrama, Giriraj Govardhan parikrama, Shri Radha Kunda Shyam Kunda parikrama. On the special days of the Ekadashi, they know about. In Navadvip Dham also, devotees come out for taking darshana parikrama on the day of Ekadashi. There has been a holy trend of going out, visiting the holy places, visiting all the holy sacred places, imbued with the memories of the Leela of the Supreme Lord. Okay. Especially those pilgrimage places which are visited by Lord Gauranga. Remembering, having the sweet remembrance about the visitings of Lord Gauranga over those places, and having the sweet and meaningful remembrance about how Lord Gauranga visited those places, with what special moods, special devotional moods, and all. Following in his footsteps, we the devotees also go out and pay visits, pay obeisance to those holy pilgrimage places visited by Lord Gauranga. Thereby relating to Sri Krishna Chandra Lord Hari, the God of, beloved God of Ekadashi Tithi, Lord Hari, the possessor, the owner, and dweller of the Ekadashi Tithi. At the same time also relating to Lord Gaura Hari, both. So Gaura Amar Jeshabasthana Karala Brahmana Rangi. All those holy pilgrimage places, what my beloved Lord Gauranga visited, paid visits in wonderful ecstatic mood, Karala Brahmana Rangi, and some wonderful, delightful mood, joyful mood. So following in his footsteps, following in his footprints, following in his own mood, as much as possible, we the devotees should also be circumambulating those places, should also be paying our visits, respectful visits to those places, and pay our obeisance. Pay our obeisance to those Tirthakshetra, to those holy places. How? Pranay Bhagavata Swami, under the guidance of Pranay Bhakta, under the guidance of the devotees, pure devotees, whose hearts are filled with ecstatic love of God. With those devotees under the guidance and in the association of those exalted pure devotees whose hearts are filled with blissful love of Hari, Pranay, filled with blissful love, intimate love of Lord Hari. So, that's how we should be visiting those places. Then Mridanga Bhadya Shunitimam Abhashara Sada Jachi Gaura Vihita Kirtana Shuni Anandi Hridayu Nachi. See, Bhakti Thakur also chanting the glories of the beautiful rhythms of the Mridanga. Mridanga Bhadya Shunite Mano Abhashara Sada Jachi. The dance exciting rhythms of the Mridanga play. The dancing, blissful dancing rhythms of the Mridanga play, which creates some beautiful vibrations in my heart, waves, rhythmic waves in my heart. And I like that so much. I simply love to hear the sounds of the mridanga play with some wonderful rhythms, creating vibration in my heart, beautiful, wonderful vibrations. Because creating vibrations in relation to some love songs and dance, they are not just rhythms, but those rhythms are representing dances of the love songs, dances connecting to the love songs of Hari. Therefore I love to hear the rhythmic sounds of the mridanga play, playfully rhythmic sounds of the mridanga. For example, give you some examples. Often it is said examples are better than many kinds of theoretical explanations. Suppose in my childhood, I can still remember, when there would be some orchestra coming, with the playing of beautiful drum, playing drums, and some songs and instruments. Children become so delighted. They just start dancing automatically, spontaneously. Because that musical play, the rhythmic sounds of the drums, accompanied by some musical play, has got some attraction in it. Therefore, we like it so much, love it so much, and therefore we also, many people, they buy tickets, spend money and buy tickets to be attending some concerts of some musical concerts involving a lot of drum plays, isn't it? A lot of drum plays. I have found, once I was visiting some country festivals. I was visiting some country festivals in the Western world, and found many of the people are just simply dancing before the drum play. Some people are engaged in playing drum, and they just continue to be dancing and dancing according to the rhythm of the drum play, finding some joy. There's no so much other musical instrument being played with that, like guitar, sitar, only drum play. So single soul drum play becoming so attractive to them. Even soul drum play, single drum play, so attractive to them, they are just happily dancing, energetically dancing in various ways. So the rhythms of the drums, of the mridanga, especially when it is spiritually connected, it is connected to something divine, has got potency in that, has got some happiness-giving potency in that. It just doesn't stay as like playing some drum. Not that, more than that. Sometimes from my childhood I remember, there were some special occasions, festival occasions, big dhag, and we call dogor kara, drums. As soon as drum play started, different kinds of interesting drums started being played, rhythmic. I just started dancing. Also with me, other boys, they just started dancing spontaneously, so joyfully, like it's elating heart, that the rhythms of the drum play, creating some vibration in the heart and making us dance and liking it. We are running to see that, to see and dance. So if it happens in such a way on this even mundane plane, okay, we can derive so much happiness and delights from the rhythms of the drum plays and the musical concert, everything. Then what to speak more of the spiritual music, higher spiritual music, spiritual drum play. Just God, it gives so much delight, exciting delights found, experience to that. So that is Mridanga Bhakti. Unless I explain all these in details, if we just pass through just reading in a literal way, okay, Mridanga Bhakti, nice Mridanga play, that's fine. Just not a big deal. Okay, Mridanga Bhakti, Shunite Mana, okay. Mridanga was being played nicely, and my mind and heart was attracted to it. Oh, that's fine. Happy. More than that. Much more than that. Therefore, that inspires me to explain further a proper way. Where we take all these descriptions just in a plain, simple way, we are actually missing so much. Missing so much. Manohar texture, Manohar style. Manohara means stiller of the mind, stiller of the heart. Therefore, the term Manohara means stiller of the mind and heart. Style was that. During the Mahaprabhu's time, Chadda Madhav, 14 mridangos would be played at a time. Harmonious coordination, and devotees would be dancing with that rhythm of the mridanga play, like madly dancing. So much delight and excitement of delights there created. Even in the mundane musical concert, we find the utility of lots of drum play to make the people dance. What to speak more of the attraction about some musical instruments and drum played in connection with divine, something so delightful. So Thakur Bhakti describes Mridanga Bhadya Shunite Mano Abhashar Shada Jachi. See, dancing, singing the devotional songs and dancing with the rhythms of the mridanga is considered to be a very essential part of our sadhana, practicing devotional life. Such a happy and beautiful way of doing our sadhana, just engage in delightful chanting, singing and dancing. And that also pleases the Lord. It becomes a great sadhana, a great way of the sadhana, beautiful way of the sadhana. While the devotees are enjoying it so much, also making Lord Hari also enjoy. Lord Hari sees that he or she is dancing and singing in my name, enjoying to dance and sing in my name, becomes a sadhana, big sadhana, very beautiful sadhana. Relating to the Supreme Lord Hari through dance and song, through dance and love songs. Such a beautiful, wonderful way of engaging in sadhana. not unlike the very austere ways of taking so much austerity and following asceticism to be drawing the attention of Lord, Holy Supreme Lord, doing so much tapasya. Although they have got great utility, but this is such a wonderful, beautiful, happy way to draw the attention of Lord Holy. Just simply be chanting and dancing and singing the love songs of the Lord Holy. Okay, and relate. Thus, be enjoying, be happy. Simply be happy. Simply be engaged in happy chanting, singing and dancing in the name of the Lord Holy. Mridanga vadya shunite mana abasara sadajachi. So my mind and heart is seeking, is hankering after that divine mridanga play, mridanga rhythms which is played along with the love songs of Lord Hari. My heart is yearning to hear that and dance with that. Gauravito kirtana shuni anande hridaya nachi. Especially those divine love songs of Lord Krishna, promoted by Lord Gauranga, tasted by Lord Gauranga. So I repeat, simply by hearing those beautiful love songs of Lord Hari, which are sung by Lord Gauranga, tasted by Lord Gauranga. My heart and soul just becomes excited with some divine bliss coming from nowhere almost, coming from the love songs of Krishna, but it's just appearing on its own accord, appearing on its own sweet will. I can feel it. Gauravihita kirtana shuni anande hridaya nachi. My heart naturally starts dancing with some spontaneous ecstasy, spontaneous blissful taste upon hearing the divine love songs of Madhava, of Hari, which are specially tasted by Lord Gauranga, another form of Sri Hari, which are very much tasted and relished, sung by Lord Gauranga. Yes. Anande hridaya nachi. Then what is the next line? Jugala murti. Most probably yes. Jugala murati dekhiya mur paramoyananda hayo. In that moment, simply by looking at, by having a darshan of the Yugala Murati, beloved divine couple, Krishna Radhika, Radhika Krishna. My mind and heart becomes automatically filled with so much ecstatic feelings, ambrosial, blissful feelings. Do I wonder that is happening to my wonder and astonishment? That I feel so much love. I can simply feel so much love simply to be having a darshan of the beautiful deities of the divine couple, Radha Krishna. It brings so much pleasure to my heart, wonderful pleasure to my heart. Oh Lord, you are so merciful upon me. You are being so kind and merciful on me to be revealing such character of darshan I am having and relating with you. So much blissfulness to have your darshan, what I may not get all the time, where I am just having your darshan in a casual way, in some kind of just very simple and casual way. I often engage in taking your darshan. I don't feel such happiness. But what is happening with me? What is happening with me? How wonderful way, divinely astonishing way is now happening with me. I am taking so much joy and bliss to look at you, to take your darshan in the form of divine couple, divinely beautiful couple in Radha Krishna. This is certainly the sign of your special grace, your benevolent grace, compassion, mercy on me, that you are letting me having such taste to have your darshan in such a way. You are blessing me with such taste of pleasure to take your darshan in conjugal form, in the transcendental couple form. Yugalamurati dekhiyamor paramoyananda hayo. That Mahaprasada seva karite hamayo sakala prapancha jayo. Mahaprasada seva karite hayo sakala prapancha. Although we immediately love to take it, to understand its meaning of eating delicious prasadam, okay, and enjoying that and feeling the pleasure from eating delicious prasadam, honoring delicious prasadam. That is beautiful. That's one of the meanings here, of course. But here, Mahaprasada Seva means Mahaprasada Seva Karitava. Here, Mahaprasad means not only just in the form of fruits, remnants. Prasada means remnants from Krishna, remnants of Lord Hari. Mahaprasad means great remnants received from Lord Hari. So remnants, not only in the form of fruits, remnants in the form of fruits, remnants in the form of hearing and chanting His glories, like receiving the remnants in the form of delicious food enjoyed by Lord Hari, receiving the nectar, drinking the nectar of the glories of Lord Hari through the path of ear, chanting, engaging in chanting, singing the glories, singing the love songs of Lord Hari. So, offering, on the whole, offering many other things to the Lord Hari in His service, and then accepting them in my life, absorbing them in my life as prasadam, remnants of Lord Hari. So that is the wider conception of the Mahaprasad Seva. wider conceptions, wider definitions of Mahaprasad Seva here. There is acceptance of the Mahaprasad or remnants from Lord Hari in different forms, in different ways. And feel blessed with great happiness, great nurturing, nourishment, divine nourishment. So, eating, tasting delicious prasadam in the form of food of Lord Hari is one main part of the Mahaprasada Seva. But accompanied by other parts, other aspects of Mahaprasada also. Like, besides offering food to Lord Hari, offering clothes to Lord Hari, being blessed by Lord Hari, touching on our head, wearing it, offering garlands to Lord Hari, and then having that prasadi garland, again, taking the remnant garlands like we are having now, remnant garlands of Lord Hari, this way. Bathing Lord Hari with water, and then also taking it as charnamritam. In this way, many ways we can receive. In many ways, many such ways, we can be receiving the remnants of Lord Hari. That is Mahaprasada Seva in the wider sense of the meanings. And what result we achieve, what outcome we receive as a result, Sakala Prapanchaja. But it specifically, Bhakti Thakur also specifically means here to honor Mahaprasad. Especially while it is being honored on the day of Ekadashi in the form of Anukalpa. Devotees are fasting, even partially fasting, and then when they are coming to have some Anukalpa on the day of Ekadashi, they feel so much devotion, special devotion to the taste of Ekadashi Prasad Anukalpa. Oh, it doesn't have to be told by anyone. It is naturally happening. Oh. So, when the devotees are in the mood of honoring Mahaprasad of Lord Hari in that way, with great happiness with the relishes, that happiness also actually helps the devotee to conquer the mundane influence, prapancha joy. Helps the devotee to be winning over our sense gratification, like only our greed of the tongue for enjoying some delicious foods. It slowly helps the devotee to win over only the mundane greed of the tongue and eating food only for that. But it increases the attraction to taste prasadam on the tongue. Taste prasadam instead of tasting any kind of food for just sense gratification. Okay. So when a devotee engages in tasting and relishing the Mahaprasad of Krishna, delicious prasad of Krishna, with the prasadam consciousness, with the consciousness of honoring the taste of the Mahaprasadam of Krishna in the form of delicious Ekadashi or Kalpa, and also on Dvadashi day, then that helps the devotee to be finally winning over the prapancha effect of the mundane world, mundane sense gratifications. Are the time now? See, I'm only halfway of my experience. This is what happens when you dive deep into the ocean of thorough explanations. You don't want to miss any point of the taste. You don't want to be missing any points of the taste, but you thoroughly swimming in the ocean of the elaborate explanations, and this is what happens. So, okay, at least halfway, I have been successful to explain the halfway of this song, Shuddha Bhakta Charanare. Resting my Hari Katha here. Hare Krishna, time for the Arati now.
Jai Param Puja Pad Shri Srimad Bhakti Nandan Swami Maharaj Yogi Jai Gaura Jai
Pujapasya Bhakti Sadhana Muni Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Param Pujapasya Bhakti Puri Goswami Thakur ki Jai Param Pujapasya Bhakti Rakshak Siddhadev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Param Pujapasya Sisya Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj ki Jai Param Pujapasya Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Param Pujapasya Bhakti Dalita Madhav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Pujapasya Bhakti Pragya Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Param Aradhya Jagat Guru Sapasha Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Sila Prabhupada ki Jai Rupam Samasta Guru Varga ki Jai Jai Siva Yogi Sai Bhakti Nishta Madhusudan Maharaj ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Radha Krishna Sankirtana Maha Mahotsav ki Jai. Shri Radha Guru Gauranga Radha Govinda Devji Madana Mohan Gopinath Ji ki Jai. Jai Gaur Premanandi Jai. Harivas Titi Mara